What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. Right now I want to talk about the Netflix stand-up special, Adam Sandler, Love You. Okay, so I am of the generation where I grew up watching Adam Sandler, right? I was in high school when Happy Gilmore came out and Billy Madison, and he did those HBO stand up specials back in the day. His CDs came out, right? CDs, right? Some people probably remember what those are. But his CDs came out, and I would buy his CDs, and me and my friends would listen to them and crack up. The goat, the grandma, there was just so many funny things on his CDs and on his stand-up specials. So definitely was a big fan of him during that era. So I was very curious and excited about the stand-up special. And unfortunately, I didn't love it. So for me, only about half, maybe a little more than half of the jokes really landed. Maybe a little more than half really worked for me. He put a lot of little songs in there that I just didn't think were very funny. Some of them were a little cringy. Some of his longer jokes, some of his longer form jokes where he would tell a story with a punchline, some of those were pretty funny. But a lot of it just really didn't work. And I started really thinking about it. And I came to the conclusion that Adam Sandler didn't change, right? He's still telling the same jokes he did back in the day. He's still singing the same silly songs. I think I was the one that changed. Because, I was 16, 17, 18 back in those days when Happy Gilmore came out, and a little younger than that when Billy Madison came out, and when his CDs were coming out. That's about the age that I was. And I guess that I don't think the same things are funny today that I thought was funny 20, 25 years ago. So I think I'm the one that's changed and he stayed the same. And my guess is that 16, 17, 18-year-olds probably really like this stand-up special. Like I said, a lot of it did work for me, just some of it didn't. And I have to admit that I had hoped that he would revisit some of his more famous characters, like the goat. I'd hoped that things like that would happen, and it didn't. But that didn't change the fact that just a lot of it just fell flat for me. That being said, he ended the show with a song called Thank You. I was mesmerized. I loved this song. It was a tribute to comedy and comedians, especially ones that have had an impact on his life. And I loved it. It wasn't funny. It was heartfelt. It was, it carried a certain amount of weight to it, especially when he got to the parts about Norm and Farley. It just, that song was great. I immediately rewound it and watched it again. Or backed it up. I guess we don't rewind things anymore. We back them up since we're streaming. But whatever, I immediately watched that song again. And I've literally watched that song 5 or 6 times now since the special aired because I just think it's that good. Like I would buy that song on Spotify. I'd buy it. So, wonderful song and great end to the to the special. Rob Schneider shows up. He does an Elvis impersonation. I wasn't too sure what was going on. It wasn't funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be funny. He kind of played it straight. That part was weird. But overall, this special was very hit and miss for me. So I think now, I'm glad I watched it because I am such a big Adam Sandler fan, and I think if you are an Adam Sandler fan, there's plenty to get out of this special. But for me, this isn't something I'm going to watch again. I would rather go back and watch some of his older stuff because that stuff worked a lot better for me than this did. So that's my take on Adam Sandler. Love You. I think I'm in the minority though. I've seen some reviews on it and most people loved it. So don't take my word for it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out, especially if you're a Sandler fan. So, all right, guys, that's my take on it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. While you're down there commenting, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.